Hey guys, my name is Allie Hughes, and I graduated from NAU in 2010 with my degree in elementary education. And I was asked to share my story with you guys so that way you could get to know me a little bit better. Um, Most of my childhood for me growing up was playing softball, and I began playing at a relatively young age, and I love the sport and I love the friends that I made through it. So fast forward to junior high, and I remember asking my parents if I could join a club softball team, with the reason being I wanted to continue to grow in my skills as a player. But then also, as a kid, we were asked to go to church when we were younger, and I remember I never really liked it and always tried to get out of it. And so another reason behind wanting to join a travel league was that we had tournaments on the weekend, which meant games on Sundays, which meant I didn't have to go to church anymore and I had an excuse not to go. So I would say from junior high on, I really started to find my identity in softball, and my identity really started to become wrapped around this. So fast forward to when I was 16 and a junior in high school, I was diagnosed with lymphoma, which is a type of cancer, and that really rocked my world at the time, because at that time I would have said my life was going great. I was getting good grades. I was a starting catcher and team captain of my softball team at school. Had good friends. So to me, everything was going great at the time. So to have this really shook my world. And I remember when I was diagnosed, I asked the doctor, can I still play softball? Will I still be able to play? And he said, yeah, you might feel a little bit more tired, but other than that, you should be able to do things as normal. Well, unfortunately, I reacted really strongly to all the medications that I was given, and that was not the case. And immediately from my first treatment, I started throwing up, and that continued, and lost a ton of weight, lost a ton of muscles, and was pretty much pulled out of school right away because I was too weak to go, too sick to go. Could barely walk, let alone play softball, so couldn't do that anymore. And then on top of that, I had lost my hair, which as a 16-year-old in high school, that was a form of beauty to me. So all of a sudden, all these things were taken away from me, and I just remember thinking life is not going good right now, and just really felt a sense of hopelessness. A few months into treatment, I was given a medication that I reacted really severely to, that we found out later that I was allergic to. And I was put in the hospital for about 2 weeks because of my reaction to this. And towards the end of those 2 weeks, I had a 2 to 3 hour seizure one night. And I remember at the time just thinking, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this night. And honestly, at the time, I don't really know if I even wanted to, because again, everything I'd built my life into was taken away. So I remember thinking, if this is life, I don't want to live it, because I feel like there's nothing for me to live for right now. Well, they ended up finding a drug to stop that seizure, and so I fell asleep that night. And the next morning I woke up just thinking, how in the world am I still here? Because I knew it wasn't based off of my own strength, and I knew it wasn't based off of what the doctors knew, because they really didn't have any idea. So those questions continue to stay in my mind, but I never really acted upon anything like that. So I finished chemo my senior year of high school, and then a few months later went up to NAU to begin college. And I was living in Cowden Hall my freshman year when I got to know my RA pretty well. And she invited me to go to a Bible study, and I wanted to say no, but somehow I said yes and ended up going. And I remember just thinking, I have no idea what's going on here, but these people are pretty nice, so I guess it's okay. And over the next few weeks, she started to invite me to Cru and to church, and while I was definitely hesitant to go, I started going, and for the first time heard the gospel and heard about my need for Jesus, and heard about my sin and how that separated me from God, but that God sent his son, Jesus, to die on the cross for me so I could be in a relationship with him. And one night in Cru, I remember the speaker was talking about the difference of having Christ in your life versus not having him in your life. And as he's listing these characteristics of what it looks like to have Jesus in your life, I remember this light bulb went off, and it was, this is what these people that I've been interacting with, that's what they have that I don't have. And so one night in October of my freshman year, which is 2006, I prayed and asked Jesus to come into my life and began my relationship with him. And it was awesome because in college I really had a lot of opportunities to grow in my faith, and one specific thing was a winter conference that I went to in San Diego, and the theme of the conference was Chosen for More, which comes from 1 Peter 2:9, which says, "You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." And between hearing that and hearing the Great Commission, I remember sitting in my chair one night and just praying, "Lord, I don't know what you're going to have for me the rest of my life, but whatever it is, I want it to be about you and be about spreading your kingdom in whatever ways that looks like." So the next 2 summers, I went on summer projects, and first summer I went to inner city Denver, and then the next summer went to Africa with the Jesus Film, and both of those times were just huge times of growth for me in my faith and in my relationship with God. So when it came to my senior year, I had a choice to make of what I was going to do when I graduated. And I remember just feeling really torn between teaching or interning with Crusade. Because I remember I had this view that, you know what, if I'm a teacher, I'm going to be a missionary there. Like, I'm going to be about reaching my coworkers. I'm going to be about reaching my students there. But God just kept putting interning into the mix. And the more the year went on, the more I desired to do that. So the year after I graduated, which was last year, I went to Oregon State University where I interned there, and definitely a difficult year, but I loved it. I mean, I grew a lot and got to see students grow in their relationship with God. I got to see students begin a relationship with God. And just thinking, you know, as I'm meeting with these students, that I'm literally seeing eternity being impacted right now. And so I wanted to continue in that. So this summer I joined full-time staff with Campus Crusade, and right now I'm down in Phoenix raising my initial support, and then once I get to 100%, I'll get to head back up to Oregon State to continue to do ministry up there. So I sent Jeremiah some prayer requests, so I appreciate you guys praying for me, but before you guys do that, I just want to encourage you to really take steps of faith right now. And I don't know where all of you are at in your relationship with God, but if I could do one thing over, it would be learning to step out in faith more and trust God in areas that I wasn't comfortable in. And so for some of you, that may just be inviting someone to come to church with you, or just even initiating a spiritual conversation. For some of you, it may be, you know, you might be asked to disciple someone or to lead a Bible study. And I would just encourage you to really trust the Lord and step outside of your comfort zone, because what I've seen as I've taken those opportunities is just seeing the way the Lord has really given me strength to do that and has given me the abilities that I need to carry that out. And it's just, you know what, I mean, living by faith is one of the coolest things. And, you know, I just really see God come in and work in my life during those times. So just want to encourage you guys, and thanks for listening to my story. And I will be praying for you guys. And I have a heart for that campus after graduating from there. So pray that you guys would really be lights up there. Thanks, guys. Bye.